What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be continuing the redesign of our can't even talk here, serpentine belt. The main focus today is going to be the power steering pump. Alright, so this electric power steering pump came from I believe a 2002 to 2008 Volvo. Now if you just look up electric power steering for a Volvo, you'll come up with like 3 different designs. This is one, the other one is like halfway through and then it has its own reservoir. And then the other one is like completely different. I don't know how to do the wiring on that one. But the other one that looks like this but with its own external reservoir should be the same wiring as this. So let me show you guys a different side of this. If you're looking to convert this, left side, the back side, the right side, and I'm going to call this the front. Alright. Now I have my power steering already off because I needed to modify that. I do have my pressure side here and my return is this one right here. Now the nice part about mine, so this is going to make it a lot easier. I'm already a 4AN on the pressure side. So if you don't have a 4AN, you got to figure out how to either use this or convert things to AN lines. Now for this part right here, what you'll use is this adapter kit or adapter. Part number is 648060. Now this one is aluminum. I'm actually not a fan of aluminum because the AN fitting right here tends to wear out, which means you got to replace that. I prefer to order a stainless steel, but I couldn't find one that would get here pretty quickly. I did order one that's M14. This one is stainless steel. I kind of wish that one was stainless steel. Apparently they come with either an M14 or an M16. Mine comes with an M16. Not sure what year. There's probably like a year where it changes, but yeah, it just kind of goes like this. Okay. And then this will be your return. Now to power this, we're gonna have to hook this up to a live and of course a ground, and I believe the gray wire is the one that powers this. I can't see it. This little gray wire right here. I'll have to try it out. If I remember right, it's a gray wire. Alright, so it looks like I actually have a part number here. So the one I'm using is 30741955, if that's the part number, or maybe it's the top one. 5N513K51480, one of those things. What's interesting is it looks like it's Ford Motors parts. Huh, weird. Okay, so placement wise, there's actually no reason for me to put it in the front or anywhere here, which is really good because I could actually now transfer it to the back. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably place it somewhere here. So it'll be inside the cabin, but the actual fill hole will be on top. Thinking like either here or over here. Not sure yet. What that allows me to do also is now I can cut my lines, which is now well, I had to redo the AN lines, but I can cut my lines so it'll be a lot shorter. Instead of routing all the way here, I'll just go from the rack, comes up somewhere, go through the firewall, and then connects. Should be pretty straightforward. The only thing I really have to do is make a hole somewhere, and then of course mount the bracket and wiring. Should be doable. And then we can test it out today, hopefully. Now I'm gonna need some space here. I guess I could push it forward. Okay, so that's my back bracket. Side brackets right here. I didn't show you guys that, but I just found some old piece that used to be right in the middle of the center console. So I just drilled 2 holes and that's a side bracket. Front bracket would probably go up here. Yeah. This is going to sit like that, which means I actually need to drill this hole right here, or at least get it a little bit bigger. Alright, so I found a solution to my slack issue. So you guys can see this thing is way too high up here. Like I can't get this hose up here. Like there's no way it can go straight like that. So I either buy a 90-degree swivel, goes down like this, and then another 90 to make it fit. I could probably make that work. But to counter my slack issue, here's what I'm thinking. I do have one 90-degree fitting, so I'm thinking pulling it towards me as much as possible and then having it go up like that. Wait. Okay, there you go. Ah. Alright guys, so here it is. I got the two mounts on the side, and this is going to be the front mount mounted to the top here. Now, so far, the brace itself is pretty solid, which is good. I also kept the dampener here, so when this thing does move, it should isolate as much of the vibration as possible. So that's good. Now, it is a little bit tilted like this, not 100% flat. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. But the reasoning for that is, if I kept it flat, like fully horizontal, this thing would be right here, right at the very edge. And I wanted a little bit of room to actually be able to open this and fill. So a little bit of tilt allowed me to put it right in the middle, and at least, you know, it's pretty accessible. Looks good. Nice, nice. Alright guys, so let me see here. I got the positive right there wired up, and then I got my negative wired up right here. I'll probably end up redoing this. I don't really like it like the way it is right now, but I don't have any other heavy duty wiring. So I'm going to go ahead and order that, and then probably just redo those two things. Now I do have an 80 amp fuse right here. Eventually, again, once I redo that, it'll be a lot neater than the way it is. But I do want to test out to see how it works. So I think this is the gray wire that I need. So I have that hooked up. Everything else is tightened. I have fluid. So let's give this a try. Alright, so let's go ahead and power this on. We got power. Alright, so everything should be energized. And let's go ahead and turn this on. Alright guys, let's see. Oh, looks like it emptied it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and refill it. That was quick though. Alright. Wasn't sure what fluid I'm supposed to use because I'm mixing Audi parts and I guess Volvo parts. But because my rack is an Audi, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with this. Yeah, it's a lot easier to replace the pump than it is the rack. Downside to this is this fluid is really expensive, like $28 or something like that. Alright, so we're back up. Let's try it. Alright, it looks like it's staying on the fill line. So, let's give this a try. Oh wow. That's neat. Not bad. I'm gonna turn that off. And then, gonna go check the fluid. Okay, looks like I'm just above the fill line. Gonna go ahead and close it up. Then what I want to do is make sure there's nothing under. I'm gonna go and full lock on both sides, and that should bleed out anything else from the bottom. So the other downside to this is that's really loud, and inside the cabin too. I think it's like draining out my battery. I must have a low battery. Let's see. Yeah, I got 10 volts instead of 12. But for the most part, this is awesome. Look at this, guys. It's neat. Now there is a little bit of delay. I can tell now when I turn and transition. There is a little bit of a delay there. So I gotta figure out whether or not that's because of my voltage or if it's just the way it is. Oh, I take that back. See, there's no delay there. Cool. Now I can tell that that's gonna get annoying. It is definitely noisy. Yeah, definitely noisy. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually test this out. I'm gonna back it up a little bit. I don't have my water pump hooked up yet, so I can't go for a drive to test it out. but I should have a decent feel to how it is. And I also want to test out my alternator pulley. That should be able to be, that should in theory work, but let's find out. Feels good. Whoa. I just remembered why I closed it, because I was really close to the wall. Well, now I gotta order another one. Great. Now, because the car is pretty loud, even with the cutout closed, you could actually barely hear the power steering pump. I mean, it's definitely there, but barely noticeable, just because the car is really loud. Now check this out though, it's at 14, and once I max it out, nothing has a major draw to it. But the nice thing, this feels great. This feels good. Not bad. Not bad. Alright guys, so the power steering pump is done, the alternator pulley is done, so my serpentine belt, or my new setup, is now complete. The last thing that we need to do is the water pump. Now as far as feel, I mean, I only drove it back a little bit here. There's actually a little bit of a delay when you do like a quick left and right transition. Now there is a little bit of a delay there, but other than that, it feels just like a regular power steering, which is good. Now the noise part, again, with the car being really loud, you could barely hear it, so that's not a problem. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I mean, that's a lot of weight also that I moved back, which is, well, not a lot, but it's enough weight that I moved back, so that's pretty good. Alrighty guys, so that is it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.